Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. Welcome back to the free-to-play guide and challenge series. If you haven't seen these videos before, this is a series where I'm playing through DDO on a fresh free-to-play account, only using what I find. So no auction house, no ship buffs, no handy downs, nothing like that. So in this episode, we're going to go into two of the newer free-to-play quests with Promise of Fire, and then there's going to be another quest in that mysterious-looking hut in the harbor. So these are quests that came out somewhat recently. The Promise of Fire came out in 2020, which we're going to do first. And the second quest came out in 2022, which is the Isle of Dread pre-quest. Nothing really to update on the character. I literally just ran over here from House Deneth. We finished the Bounty Hunter in the last episode. The only thing I want to say is in the end reward for Bounty Hunter, I did find these goggles, which I've been looking for a while. I wish I wouldn't have cut off the recording before I claimed my end reward there, because I cut it off when I was recalling out of the quest. But anyways, I did have, I think it was a Seeker 1, Deadly 1 goggles, but I got these on the Bounty Hunter end reward list on the quest turn-in. So now I have Seeker +3, Deadly +3, so that's +2 more damage, +2 more critical hit damage. And then Deception +1 doesn't really do a lot for me because this is something that only applies on sneak attacks. These are great. I mean, Deception is an amazing effect generally, but just because I'm only soloing, this effect only works on sneak attacks, and sneak attacks require you to not have the aggro. And you know, as soloing, unless my hireling has it, I'm going to have the aggro most all the time. So it's not going to help me too much, but hey, it's a great effect. I'm happy to have it. It's a good, nice upgrade. I guess gear-wise, the only other thing is last episode we got this really good item, Stunning +5, minimum level 7, which I was pretty hyped about. So my Stunning Blow should hit a lot better. The only thing, though, this also has Con +4, so I was getting that for my bracers. So my bracers are now only giving me Death Block, effectively. So if I find a different bracers with Death Block plus something else, I'll swap those out. All right, so let's go back into the Searing Heights. So Promise of Fire is up here. Got to talk to this person here. I know I said back into the Searing Heights. I don't think have we been in here before? I think no, because the only other pack in here is the paid stuff, I believe. So Promise of Fire is up here to the north. Yeah, like Bargain of Blood's down here, but that's paid. That is not going to help us since we don't have that content. So this quest came out in 2020, and I actually did a review video of it, like a first reaction, when it came out in 2020. So I'll link that below in the description if you want to check that out. But I like this quest a lot. It's not run too much just because it's kind of out of the way. There's not any other quests. There's only one other quest in this area, I believe. And so there's not too many people who will venture out here, especially in in-game. And this one does have an in-game epic version as well. Well, it's not in-game anymore, but it's a level 27 version. I did run this once on normal to unlock hard, so we'll be running hard. There's some cool cosmetics in this quest as well. There's a Indiana Jones style hat. Like the theme of this quest is basically Indiana Jones inspired. And this quest is a little unique, being a free-to-play quest. They kind of just randomly dropped this in 2020, and this came out just before the Fables of the Feywild expansion came out, but this doesn't really connect to that as far as I can tell, the storyline. But it does tie into a bigger storyline, which I guess maybe was also in Feywild, but the Planar Eyes, which we see referenced in a lot of different packs and Isle of Dread and all that stuff. So in Vecna, I think it was Vecna Unleashed, it leads into that. So Vecna Unleashed came out in what, 2023? So there was this big Planar Eyes storyline, which is finally wrapped up now, but it ties into the storyline here, so we can see at the end. The end of this quest, we'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see. I had not run this in a little while until I ran it last week, and I haven't run it since last week. So in preparation for this video, so we've got 2 crests here. Don't want to fall in that pit. So we can't pull these. We can pull these levers, but we have to find the 2 crests before that gate will open. So one of them, let's see.
The large inscription above the gateway reads,
Yeah, I believe there's one on each side. Yeah, there's one here. Big golem. Can't stun this guy, obviously. Try to trip him. Lots of traps in this one. So you gotta be kind of careful. There's also that boulder. See that boulder there? Like I said, Indiana Jones themed. You get near that boulder, it'll just automatically trip you. It'll trip the golem as well, I believe. But you see that in other content in DDO, like the attack on Stormreach chain. Let's see, so there's a crest back here. So there's a lot of trap dodging. But we should be able to dodge these. I mean, the traps here were definitely designed to allow you to get by them, even if you don't have a rogue. Although this one with the fire is a little trickier. Go ahead and let's get a fire resist going. This one is, I will try my best, but this one's kind of tricky to time. But if you go right when they all go up, see, oh, man, I walked right into the fire. I didn't get hit though, somehow. So I should be safe. Oh, nope, still got hit. Okay, well, it's okay. Fortunately, being a paladin, we are pretty tanky, so we should be able to take, even on elite, we should be able to take, you know, 1 or 2 hits from a trap and be fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So this one, there's a bunch of darts, and I don't know the mechanic here. I think they want you to hide behind the columns and not climb, but the crest is back here. If you just kind of run fast, yeah, I didn't even get hit there. You can probably just avoid them. I don't think these darts do a lot of damage anyway. There are 3 crests. We might have missed one. We did miss one. So let's go back. Well, yeah, let's go back. We're going to have to go back. Lots of Mario skills here. All right. Where is... We must have ran past one. Let's see. What did we run past? You know, it must have been down. Actually, maybe it was in the dart room. Let's try going back. I'm thinking it was actually in the dart room, and I didn't see it now that I think about it. There's one there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just didn't see it. Let's go back. Oh, there it is. So I'm just running through this stuff at this point. I have kind of bad habits because I don't really play. Like, I really like playing in DDO characters that are not squishy. I don't play squishy characters really, so I mean, like, you know, fragile casters and such. So I don't often have the problem. Don't go that way. Let's see. I don't often have the problem of. So we got 1 crest. I don't have the problem of like worrying about trap damage too much. So probably is ingrained some bad habits in me of just running through. Alright, so this next part, there's a specific mechanic with a drow scorpion. And you have to pay attention to the DM a little bit. So essentially, there's a specific spot you have to kill her in. She can't die unless she's in a specific area. So if you kill her outside here, she won't die. She'll just keep respawning. You gotta drag her over here to this different looking, you know, kind of green area. Actually, can get my hireling over here. There you go. Now she dies. Maybe I should have killed her outside of this just to show you what happens, but I mean, nothing really happens. She just respawns. So now we got the second crest we need. All right, let's plug this in here. Gate will open. So this is really cool. One of the reasons I like this quest is really the main reason is this. So this is this puzzle right here mirrors this room in here. So what you want to do, you see the room in there, you see the red and the black tiles. It literally mirrors this puzzle. So what you want to do is, and there's traps on every tile. So what you want to do is try to fill up as many blocks as you can, because any block that has light on it, like this tile, the traps will not go off. And any tile that is not lit will have traps, so it won't be safe. So you want to not only get the light to the end, but you want to fill up as many of these tiles as you can. So let's actually go this way. We want to go... What really matters, though, is you want to get at least most of them on the sides, because there are 4 levers, 2 on each side, that you got to pull. And what you really need is to have the levers on the side, because those are the levers that... or the tiles lit up on the side, because that's where the levers are, right? Now, those are the tiles that are most important to be safe. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm not going to... I believe you can... If you do it perfect, you can get every tile lit up, I think. I could be wrong on that, but you want to at least get, like, I would like to get these 2 lit up. Let's see, I can at least get this one lit up. Let's see, I may not play with it too much. I'll just have to be wary of that one tile. And what you can do as well, that I think helps, is you can get, and I'm going to have to probably do this. Once you're done with the puzzle, you can take a screenshot. And no, I'm going to have to do this. Okay, this is going to have to go up here. You can take a screenshot of this room and then reference it if you have a second monitor to tell you when you are in the next room which tiles are safe. So, if you want to. It's something I do occasionally when I run this. It's helpful. Okay, so we're going to need to run. You do still have to solve the puzzle, so you can't only worry about filling up tiles. Let's see. Okay, this will get there, but that's not going to help us. So this is going to have to be running this way. And this is going to have to run this way. So I missed these 2 tiles. I can do this, though. Here we go. All right. There we go. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So we got almost everyone. We can actually get more here. I think we can do, this? Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Now we got that tile done. Can even do this. So there we go. Almost every tile is filled up. Let's see. Did we get every tile? Every tile except these 2, which in this one. So, okay. That's pretty good. So wait, which ones again? The 2 at the bottom right, and then the one on the left. Okay, so I can just... Everything is safe in this room. So see, tiles mirror that. And that is the one tile that was not lit up. So the traps still go off, but all the other ones, I'm just going to jump on these just to show you, but these are also unsafe. But every other tile in here should be safe. But and we're on hard. It's not like I don't really care. You can see me being lackadaisical about the damage and getting hit by traps and stuff. But on Elite and Reaper, it will destroy you. Most characters. Those without tons of HP or without evasion.
And the gateway grinds open. The path beyond must lead to the vault.
So the one thing that's cool about these newer quests, and I know I mentioned it previously with Catastrophe where we farmed that, if you watched that previous episode, they have, because they're newer, they have better loot. So there's some loot that's, pretty decent, especially from the next quest we're going to run. There's a really nice necklace I would love to have that has the effect Relentless Fury on it, which would give me extra damage, extra melee damage, but I don't think I'm going to bother farming it like I did Catastrophe. It's not so good that I'm willing to take the time to do that. So we go the Eye of Furnia. So this is one of the planar, one of the planar eyes.
The only thing left to do is to grab the relic. With the Eye of Furnia
There we go.
you can now return to Lady Sarah Jane's.
By the way, I still haven't done my silver roll. Initiate's Glove of Bashing. Okay, shield bashing, penetration, wizardry. Okay, we don't need any of that. So you will see the Snow Peaks coins dropping. I know I mentioned that last episode, but in addition to getting keys in the champion chest, and let's do our roll here. In addition to getting keys in the champion chest, you'll also find coins in these chests, which you can use to go buy for you can go buy stuff from the event if you want to. That's in the Hall of Heroes, which the entrance to that is in the middle of the marketplace. So we got a Potion of Rising Fury. This is a druid spell, but we got it as a potion. That's actually pretty nice. Gives us strength and constitution bonuses for a short duration. And it builds every time you get hit. You get more strength and constitution, but it only lasts for like 30 seconds. So that's actually a lot of time for a that's a lot of time actually for a boss fight. Like that's something you want to drink before a boss fight, or before a tough boss fight or other encounter. So I'm going to go ahead. I know I haven't turned the quest in. I'm going to recall and then re-enter. It's probably faster than running back through the wilderness. Definitely is faster. All right, we got anything good? Let's see. Tactful. Ooh. Accuracy +8 is really, that's a lot of accuracy actually for this level. Got Fortification 59. Glaciation, we don't need that, don't need that. Okay, so I'm going to take these goggles, although I'm not really having too many to hit issues, and I would rather have the damage. But that's, if we were playing higher difficulties more, I still don't see, even though we're on a power attack build, I'm not really seeing, as long as we got something, like I'm not seeing too many, really not too many to hit issues. So I'm not really that worried about it. All right, let's hop over to, next quest is going to be over here. So we're just going to, I'm going to go ahead and use some boots so I'm faster. Gonna hop over here to the harbor. So that quest we just did, Promise of Fire, came out in 2020. It really, I guess, was the introduction of that. I don't know if it was or not, if it was the first quest with the planar eyes. That might have been the reason. It was just kind of odd when they introduced that, because it was it didn't really relate, at least directly, to Feywild in the way that so many other free quests do to expansions. Because with these free quests, what they usually do is they'll release a free quest to promote an expansion, which is what this next one is. It's kind of like an advertisement, So, but that one didn't really like directly, I mean, maybe the storyline referenced it, but it didn't really directly tie into the expansion the way this one, literally you walk out and you can see the Isle of Dread. Like it wasn't that direct with Promise of Fire. Okay, so we're going to go into this weird hut here. This hut also has a quest for the Gatekeepers. Gatekeepers storyline, which is Gatekeepers Grove over there. There's a chain which is paid. We don't have. But some people mention like, oh my gosh, what the heck? This hut looks so weird. It doesn't match any of these other surroundings. And that's the point. Like the hags like created this. I don't know the storyline exactly, but they like created or spawned this hut here, and it is supposed to be out of place. That's intentional. So walk into the hut from beyond. This is where you can enter if you have the Feywild expansion. You can enter the Feywild right here, but we don't own that, so we can't do that. But here's Dread Sea Scrolls, which is the name of this prequel quest, and this is a little bit of a longer one. This also has a legendary version, which is nice because if you are free to play and you get up to end game, this will be something you can play. There is a puzzle down here, which is a pretty difficult, actually, tile puzzle. We're going to skip it. It is not required to do it. I don't even know if I buffed myself last quest. I need more coffee, guys. I'm recording this right after I woke up, so the brain is not firing on all cylinders yet. Just gotta talk to Foxpaw here. So, find the Devour Stone. I think we just hop down now. I think that's all we gotta do. I think there's maybe a lever down here. Yeah, we gotta go down here. I think there's a lever. Is there not a lever? I think there is. Let's see. I think maybe we missed a lever. Let's go back up. Pulled that. Oh, yeah, here we go. Gotta pull this. I think that's all. Yeah, that's it. So you can do this if you want. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to venture on. So we're going to go into a bar next. Have a little bar fight, I believe. Yeah, so literally this is the Isle of Dread. You can actually see it. That's the whole point of this quest. You know, there's the Isle of Dread. Don't you want to play it? And you know, someone who's played the Isle of Dread a lot, it's a really good expansion. It's one of DDO's best expansions. It's also fairly new. It came out in 2022. And it was really well loved by the community, for sure. I mean, it's one of the, I'm not going to say it's not, some people would even say it's the best expansion they've ever done. I think it's probably the second best. I still think Ravenloft's probably the best in terms of a quest design and atmosphere that they've ever done. But Isle of Dread's really good. The raid, I've run the raid that's in Isle of Dread, Skeletons in the Closet, every week. Basically, I've led that raid every week since it's come out. I do lead raids weekly on Thelanis. The Thelanis server, I mean. That are always open to everyone. So, if you're ever interested, you know, or if you're watching this well into the future, we'll see. Maybe I'm still leading raids if you're watching this in, what, 2027, 2028? Okay, but yeah, you can go to my Discord and there's all that info and signups and all that stuff. All right, so we've got underwater swim section here. We got to pick up some crests, and we need to avoid traps. So what we're gonna do is actually wonder here. Okay, they don't give it to you. We still have a water breathing. I would love to get a underwater action. So I still only have the water breathing clicky, which is fine. It's plenty. You can do every swim in the game with a 1 minute 30 swim item, but it would be nice to have a underwater action, which is just an item you equip and it gives you infinite ability to swim, to breathe underwater. It's not on a timer like this clicky is. This clicky is only 1 minute 30 seconds. So we need to avoid some spikes. And the crests that are in this, sometimes so it is random. Sometimes they're underwater, but not always. So I'm going to double check to make sure. So you see that a lot with crests in DDO typically. Not all the time, but a lot of the time, they have random spawns. So I believe one of the locations it can spawn is here. Typically in quests, though, with crests that are randomized, they're typically not a huge distance away from each other with the random spawns. I mean, there's some, I know there's a quest in the Sharn Docks chain where that is sort of the case. But it's not the case in this quest, and it's rarely the case in game. These bear traps, I'll try to avoid them. If you run into one and fail your save, you'll just get held for a little while. So I haven't seen any crests yet. So let's see. There's one. I believe we gotta find. It's either 2 or 3. Hopefully I don't have to backtrack here looking for crests. Hopefully I didn't overlook something. So rust monsters will eat your weapons. I think we've run into rust monsters before, though. in this this series. I don't think this is the first time. Alright, so another really good tip, and I know I've mentioned this before in videos, but spam the Q key if you're looking for crests. Because I can spam the Q, anything selectable will target so I can see that crest and where it's at. So it's over here. Something the developers, obviously didn't intend for us to do, but it just, the way the game's built, it works out that way that you can take advantage. Okay, so we got all the crests now. You can really take advantage of auto target or hard target in this game. So, all right. All right. So now we're going to use these crests. Yeah, so we did get lucky there. I mean, there wasn't one underwater. I know some people, I know when I first played this quest, and this guy's bugging out a little bit. There's a bug they're trying to work on where mobs will just sit there and not attack. Hopefully they fix that soon. But yeah, sometimes I remember the first time I ran this, there was one of the crests I think underwater. I didn't realize you could spawn there, so I ran around this last part for a while looking for it.
Secrets is missing. Your Sahuagin guide jumps down from somewhere up above.
Ancestor, you're hurt.
He exclaims.
Let's drink coffee.
Who did this?
So you see some dinosaurs here. One of the cool things about Isle of Dread, it's like a prehistoric theme, so you fight all kinds of dinosaurs, raptors and T-Rexes and all kinds of other dinosaurs. It's a really fun expansion. So here we have the first, pretty sure this is the first Snow Peaks chest. So I mentioned last episode, but this is tied to the Snow Peaks event that's running right now as I'm recording, which is only takes place two weeks a year, but it's end of January right now and it is running. So we'll go ahead and pick it up, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I get a key if I want to show that in this series, just because it's not something like I don't want a player to watch this and be like, oh, where can I do that? I'm like, oh, sorry, you can't because you're watching this in March and this event was in January. I think this crest right here, I'm pretty sure is an optional. Pretty sure. I love that ding from Stunning Blow. Stunning Blow is so fun. It's just really, I just really enjoy it, particularly when leveling through heroics. If I'm playing heroics, I always try to take Stunning Blow if I can. Still would like to get a better, like our DC could still be better. Like we could get if we could get a Strength +5 item, if we could get a better Insightful Combat Mastery item, and I could take Divine. So Divine Might also gives you the Insight bonus to your DCs, and I haven't taken that yet in lieu of taking other things, but I could take it if I wanted to. I could take it here pretty soon. It also was kind of at this level. I mean, I could still do it, but it's a kind of spell point intensive. But I basically just wanted other things more, which is why I haven't taken the trance yet, if you guys are wondering. Look at that, we tripped both of the champions. Can't stun undead, but you can trip it. If I can actually pick up the... Sometimes these remnants will kind of get stuck in the textures and you have to hard target it. Go. Okay, let's work our way. What have we done here? I think we went up here already. Okay, we just dropped down. We may not have to have killed all this stuff. Let's see. Another Snow Peaks chest.
An explosion shakes the ground. It came from the direction of Foxpaw's workshop. What
Okay,
did
we're
he
going the right
do
way here.
now?
See, and I really should have used, this guy's casting Magic Missile. I really should have used my Magic Missile clickies, which I haven't been using, or my Magic Missile, I'm sorry, my like Night Shield. I could be using this stuff more, or this, which still don't have a great UMD shot on these. What, 45% each? Yeah, so getting a little unlucky. There we go. That'll protect you from the Magic Missile. Okay. Got to go, I believe, this way. Yeah, down to the warehouse. More dinos to kill. Lots of undead. So this guy has blur, which we don't have any true seeing items yet, so we're just gonna have to deal with missing him. If you see blur displaced and you're missing, the only way to get through that and not miss is to have a true seeing item. Or if someone has the true seeing spell, like a cleric, for example, they can cast it on you. But that is a melee. That's one item you kind of have to get through gear. There's no way to get it through an augment currently in the game. So you really have to get one of the like vital things on any melee. Eventually, I mean, we don't have any opportunities to get it yet, but eventually we're going to want to get true seeing on our gear set. And it doesn't show up in random generated loot very much. I don't think at all, actually. It probably does. Well, it might. I don't want to say that for sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I don't recall ever seeing it on random generated loot. But we'll find a way to get it at some point. Alright, we're almost done here.
Foxpaw stares at the horizon. Look, that mysterious island. It's gone.
See, the mysterious island disappeared. Yes, the Isle of Dread can disappear and reappear. Okay. Alright, and that's it for the quest. We gotta speak to Foxpaw one more time. There we go. Gotta choose. In that case, it required us to pick the last dialogue option. Well, we got trinket, soundproof. So this is really a kind of a bard caster item. Protects against stunning, dazing, and disorientation from sound burst and greater shock. That's not like super common. And then we have a clicky, Horn of Thunder, blast your foes with sonic and electric damage per caster level. Clickies that do offensive spells are typically really bad in DDO. So it's really, I doubt it's worth using, but I guess I can experiment with it. The magic conch. Yeah, I would rather use... I mean, at least if we have this trinket from Catastrophe, which we're still using, we can at least get a spell discount. A discount to our spells plus some extra spell points. Although that light fortification isn't doing anything for us now since we have a better fortification item in our armor slot. But okay, I would have rather. I mean, the thing I would have really loved to get from here, and I'm going to turn in these experience point gems from our roll earlier. But yeah, the thing I would really want to get would be obviously the necklace. Well, let's turn in our quest and see if we get anything nice. And, okay, armor, dodge, spell, sonic resistance. Okay, Insightful Combat Mastery 2, which is better, which would be not... Oh, yeah, we don't have any Insightful Combat Mastery, do we, right now? I should probably with my next few enhancement points, I'm thinking I might go after... Divine Might for better stunning blows. Particularly if I'm going to... It depends on if I want to start running more stuff 2 times to unlock elite and then run elite. 'Cause stunning blow is a lot more helpful in elite. Smoke aligned, that's kind of nice. We get 20%. We don't use shields, but that's smoke screen gives you 20%. This basically gives you the blur effect. Nice defensive trait to have at this level, but we don't use shields. So, all right, well, doesn't matter what we take really then. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you enjoy and are enjoying the series. You know, comment below if you have anything you want me to talk about, or questions or anything. Please give me stuff to talk about, and I will be happy if you're watching these videos as they come out to talk about them in a future episode. So, all right, guys, I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Take care.